going? What you doing? That's yours. I guarantee you that's yours. I guarantee it. So I think this is really important. Just doing this. Just spending time with your horse. Because this mare, when she came to me, would never have done this. And the owners for the last 6 months to a year labeled her as flighty, aggressive, bossy, unaffectionate, aloof, reactive, and the truth of the matter is that they just didn't have, as cliche as it sounds, her trust or her respect. Because as far as she was concerned, with them, she had to look out for herself because they weren't going to do it. She didn't see them as someone who would be able to protect her. So when she came to me and I laid her down, the reason we had such a big fight was she thought, no, I have to do this myself. I have to look after myself. You're not going to look after me. You're not the lead mare. Everyone else I've ever encountered hasn't been a lead mare. Why should I trust you? And I think the penny really dropped when she got laid down, because she had to give in. She had to trust. She had to go to that super vulnerable place, which she had never been taken to. She'd always been coached through things just enough, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for her to go, yep, you know what, I'll let you take the lead. Because as far as she was concerned, she had to do it all herself, and it's a stressful thing. And as people, we feel the same. When we don't have anyone that we can trust and confide in and, unload our burdens upon, we get stressed, we get highly strung, and we get to a breaking point where we just can't deal with it. And that's where she was, because she didn't have anybody else to turn to. It was all her. And that's really sad when I think about it, because she's never been able to let her guard down like this. She's been the lead mare with other horses, which is all well and good, but the pressure is still on her to keep everyone safe and to look out for danger. She has never had a moment to let loose and just relax mentally. I think that is so important. And I mean, there's a difference between being a boss and a leader. If someone says, oh, you need to be the boss, I disagree with that. You work for a boss. A boss is someone who tells you what to do and where to go. A leader is someone who goes with you and shows you how to do things. Leaders inspire courage. They don't do that. They give support and they help. Bosses just say, go it, do X, Y, Z. And she's always had a boss. And as much as people that owned her said, oh, we've never coddled her, we've never let her walk all over us, we've always tried to be the boss. I'm like, yes, you've been the boss, but you haven't been her leader. You haven't been someone she can turn to and just relax. Because she thinks she's the only one she has. And it actually got to the point where she was so frustrated with the owners that she felt like she had to put them in their place because she thought she was the boss mare. She bit them. She used to bite, and she put her ears back constantly, and was just almost borderline a very aggressive horse. They ended up having to take a piece of poly pipe into the paddock with them to keep her away, because as far as she was concerned, you know, I'm going to show you where I want you because it's my job to look after you all and you need to listen. But I think we've fixed that now. And she's still a little bit looky, which is fine. She may be like that for quite some time. But the fact that she's calm enough to come back to us and just switch off, and oh God, don't turn it around, please, don't. Izzy, no. Izzy, no, don't do that. Izzy, please don't touch the camera. Izzy, please don't do that. You stress me out, kid. Hey? You stress me out. You good girl. So when people disagree with my ways of training a horse, I don't think they see this part of it. They just see me in here in the dust, you know, with the ropes and the saddles and the loud voice, and that's all they see. They don't get to see this because I try to be real with everyone and post and show what actually goes into it, you know, the ugly, the good, bad, and the ugly. And, you know, this is not part of the good or the bad or the ugly. This is part of the beautiful stuff that we don't get to see very often because it's just not something that we ever think to show. You are so hairy. Oh my God. Hairy horse. Such a hairy horse. But this is definitely one of my favorite parts. It's just being with them. Go away, stupid roosters. And I think they enjoy it too. I think they enjoy being with people too. No, you cannot have my hand. Go away, stupid rooster. Captain, that's enough. Fuck off, George. Enough. This is just as important as your feeding regimes and your workout regimes and your sugar intake for your horses and your saddle fitting. This is just as important as any other part of it.